Afternoon, guys. Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School, out here at the Pathfinder School property. And you can see I got my pack goat over here with his painters on. We've been walking around a little bit, doing a few exercises, and I wanted to kind of explain to you guys. I shot a quick video last week jumping this goat over the creek a couple of times, trying to get him used to water. He's very, very skittish around even a puddle of water right now, but that's about the only problem I have with him. The reason that I believe pack goats are going to be a good thing for me and for other people in the future is, several reasons. Number one, obviously that's an MRE. A pack goat could be eaten in a last ditch emergency scenario. You can eat that goat. This is a wether or a male goat that's been neutered. Also, the fact is, their hoof prints are very much like that of a deer. They're a low impact animal. They're not going to leave big tracks everywhere that look unfamiliar in the area. They're going to look like deer prints for the most part. Their scat is also very deer-like. It's not big piles of stuff they're going to leave everywhere. You don't have to carry food for a pack goat. A pack goat will browse and eat what's around it, and they can go 3 days without water if needs be. So goats are a very, very good choice for a pack animal. They can carry 25% of their body weight with no problem. This goat weighs about 150 or 160 pounds. These painters right now are empty. I've just got these painters. I've modified them. That's what I made this video for, was to show you the modifications to these painters that I made from Duluth Pack Company. They're actually painters for a bicycle, and I'm trying to modify them for use on goats. I talked to Tom Sega at Duluth. He sent them to me. I've made some modifications. I'm going to take some video and some pictures of that and send them to him for modification for use on pack goats. I think they're really nice. They look really good on the animal. They look very traditional on the animal, unlike big heavy nylon saddlebags or painters. These things are canvas, and they're bulletproof. Obviously, they're made by Duluth Pack Company. But I kind of want to show you the modifications to this set of painters that I made to adapt it to my goat, and also want to explain to you guys why I'm running around with the goat in the woods. I think that for a lot of folks that have issues carrying large packs, or 40 pounds, 30 pounds, and that's not a crazy load to carry in a situation where you're walking around out in the woods. 30, 40 pounds is not crazy. It's not necessarily carrying too much. Obviously, the more tools that you have in your toolbox and the more knowledge you have, the less equipment that you need. There's no doubt about that. But comfortably, 30 pounds is a pretty good load for somebody. Somebody who has back problems or knee problems or a hip replacement or has slight handicaps and things like that, wounded veterans, could find very beneficial use for a pack animal in the woods so that they can get back out and do the things that we enjoy and let this animal carry their load for them. So that's what I'm training these goats for. I want to see how good of a pack animal they make. They use them out west all the time. Ohio has a pack goat society, so there are people that use them for camping and trails and things like that, but I don't think they've ever been used for a bug out type situation or a wilderness self-reliance situation. So that's kind of what I'm delving into and experimenting with at this point. So right now I'm going to show you what I did to these painters to modify them for the goat. Stay with me. I'll be right there. Okay, as you can see, these painters are on the goat. There's a lot of excess on here right now because I'm just testing lines and things like that. This is actually shot cord zigzagged across here so you can put a load on top of the painters as well. These painters are nice and big, and again, like I said, they're empty right now. What I've done is I have modified them by putting grommet holes on 4 areas here that were not originally here. Okay, and this is from an old Army tent repair kit these grommets came from, and I just modified that by punching holes, putting those 4 grommets in there. That gives me one around the back side of the animal, one around the front side of the animal with paracord that I can just lash that through in a half hitch, bring it around, tighten it up, and cinch it down. Now the other thing that I noticed was it was still sliding a little bit side to side with a little bit of a load in it. So I also took, and on the bottom side, I've modified a little bit too. I'll have to take it off the goat to show you that. But I've actually put some rings on there that came from the same Army repair kit so that I could cinch it down almost like a saddle around his belly. And I'll take the painters off of him and we'll go through his modifications, and I'll show you that right now. Good job, Tanner. Good. You tell your heart's content, buddy. Okay, so back to these painters. I've just got these draped over a log now on a wood pile right here beside my cabin. And Tanner's over there eating his heart out. And you can see what I've done is I came across an old Army tent repair kit back in 2009 from a buddy of mine out in California, and I punched 2 extra grommets here and 2 up in the front to use for lashings for the front and back of the animal. Then I just half hitched the line through there, and that's my tag. I just rolled it up into a simple, neat configuration there so that I can use both of those are on the same side of the pack, by the way. So one for the front, one for the back. And then I have the shock cord that came with the painters that goes in a zigzag pattern through here. Now, one thing I did do on the bottom of these painters, the way they're set up, they have got basically 2 straps here that are basically supposed to strap to the bicycle. Okay, I put a split ring, or not a split ring, but a metal ring on this side, and again, that came from the same tent repair kit. And then half hitched that line through there again. And then on the other side, what I did was I put 2 rings on this side so that I could cinch it up almost like a saddle in a split ring, cinch it down tight, and then tie it off. And that seems to work out real well. So basically what I've got is a set of painters here that were actually made for a bicycle that now have been adapted and work really well for my pack goat. I have yet to put much of a load in them. I've only put 10 or 15 pounds in them. The goat can carry a lot more than that. That'll be my next experimental phase of this. Will be heaviness load up for him to see how he does. Right now I've got to get him used to water because he does not like water at all. Even puddles of water he's scared to death of. So I got to work with him on that. But I wanted to show you that modification to a set of bicycle painters. I suspect you could do that with a whole lot of different things, including, you know, a cheap set of saddlebags from Tractor Supply or something like that made out of nylon if you wanted to try and use your goat to pack with. Guys, I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. I appreciate you joining me for this short video on, you know, the modifications I made to these Duluth Pack Company painters for packing with my goat. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your views. I'll be back with another video soon. I've got a basic class that starts this weekend. I've got to get this property ready for. We got about 25 students signed up for that. It's going to rain all weekend, so we're going to have us a whole lot of fun. With that said, I'm Dave Canterbury from the Pathfinder School, and I'll see you on the next video.